Hello, and welcome to News at 7. Today we have some cool stories, like a man saved a puppy, and how the color pink helps people study. But for now, let us go to our weather woman. Take it away, weather woman. Thank you, news reporter. Hey guys, so I'm gonna tell you the weather. The weather. And by weather, I mean how many cute boys were in Europe. During my business trip over to England and then France and then Italy, I documented how many quiche boys I saw, and I'm here to share that documentation with you guys because I feel like it should be public knowledge what a simple Australian girl saw when she went overseas. These people were all 9.5 and above. This information is here to help you catch yourself a nice European boy. So I got my statistics on my phone. I'm ready to read them out. Day 1, which was Sunday and Monday merged together because I was on the plane, I saw 26 quiche boys, which I thought was a fantastic number considering that usually on a weekend I see about 5 quiche boys, and on weekdays I will see about 1 quiche boy. So this was a very good number for the first day of my trial. Day 2, which was a Tuesday, I saw 24 quiche boys. Now this was when I was already in London. I had already settled down in London. So walking around, I saw about 24, which roughly equates to about 1 every hour of the day. That was a very good day. 24 quiche boys in London. Day 3, which was Wednesday, was a fantastic day. I saw 38 quiche boys. That was a lot of quiche boys. It's a big number. I think when you take into consideration the fact that I was only counting the 9.5s and above, if you think of how many guys I missed that I didn't see in that city, and you think of how many guys were not up to that par, but still fantastic, it's a lot of guys in England. A lot of guys. Day 4 was a bit of a problem. You see, there was only 22 quiche boys on Thursday, and that was slightly concerning. And I was a little bit worried. Friday was even more concerning, for you see there was only 20 quiche boys. Only 20. As an unacceptable number. There needed to be more. My standards had raised since the first day. 20 quiche boys in Australia, I would have been pleased, but this was England, there needed to be more. On day 7, England delivered. It was a Saturday. I decided to go to Brighton. Let me tell you, Brighton is a fantastic place. You should go there. There were 34 quiche boys. Yep, 34 quiche boys. I was very happy. Very happy. Now day 7, which was Easter Sunday, I travelled over to Paris on the speedy train, Zoom train. So I was not expecting to see a lot of quiche boys because I was spending a lot of time on transportation. It's understandable that there wouldn't be too many. And of course on Sunday there was only 21 quiche boys. Still quite a high number. Not as great as Saturday, but still good. Now, I'm not sure what it was, but for some reason, the entire time I was in Paris, there was a lack of quiche boys. There was my all-time low numbers. So from Monday and Tuesday, which were 2 full days I spent in Paris, there was only 19 quiche boys. On both of those days. Monday there was 19, Tuesday there was 19, and I was disappointed because usually I make it up into the 20s while I was in Europe, but alas, that was not the case, and I'm very disappointed in France. France was not my favourite part of the trip. At least there were quiche boys, okay? I shouldn't complain. On Wednesday, which was day 10, I travelled from Paris to Rome, and still there was 19 quiche boys, but I'm just going to add another counter in because there were 2 priests. I saw 2 priests just walking around in their little priest gear, the black and the little white. 2 priests in Rome. So we're going to put that on the counter as well. So we got 19 quiche boys, 2 priests. Thursday I spent once again in Rome, and it was the 11th day. It was my second last day while I was in Europe. And it warms my heart to say this. There were 45 quiche boys. 45. That's just the ones I saw. So yes, there were 45 quiche boys in Rome. I was very pleased with those numbers. Good on Rome. Yeah, Italy. I know where to go now. But also, for our little counter down the bottom here, I saw 27 priests and I saw 14 nuns in the full nun gear with the head thing and the neck thing and the black dress. 27 priests and 14 nuns. They were just walking around like having gelato and stuff. It was abnormal to me, but quite adorable actually. On my last day during my Europe trip, which I'm going to count as Friday through to Sunday, I missed my Saturday because I was on the plane and I lost an entire Saturday, the best day of the week I lost. But on that final day of my Europe trip, I saw 35 quiche boys and I saw 13 priests and 14 nuns. Now the odd thing is that usually priests travel in pairs, I noticed, but there was just one odd priest on Thursday and then one odd priest on Friday, but usually they travel in pairs. So yes, 35 quiche boys, 13 priests, 14 nuns. I'm going to have to sum this all up now, so excuse me while I get a proper scientific calculator. So in total, I saw 70 priests and nuns within 48 hours while I was in Italy. Thank you, Italy. And during my 12 days over in Europe, I saw 322 quiche boys. 322 quiche boys in 12 days, that's less than 2 weeks. And that equivalents, it equates, I don't know, I can't even speak right now. But that's roughly 26.8 quiche boys every day. It's a great trip. With all of these statistics in mind, I can safely say that going to Europe is a fantastic way to see lots of quiche boys. I highly recommend that you go to Rome because that's where most of the quiche boys were. But if you want a real stable number and you don't want to see any priests and nuns, I would say that you should go to England. Paris is great too, just not as great. Before I get emotional again, we're going to go back to you, news reporter lady. Thank you for that, weather woman. Now, for a quick ad break. Bye. I'm beautiful. Yes, I am. Yes, you are, Sabrina. 45. Nearly half of 100. I needed to make sure that these boys were quiche. I couldn't look from far away and be, oh yeah, he's quiche, he's on the list. I had to make sure from up close he was quiche, because you know when sometimes you see a boy and they look hot, but then you get closer and it's like, you're about an 8. Didn't want that to happen. I didn't want that to happen. I don't have any free hands.